Today is about how to expand your range, reach, and influence in the community. Really, I think this is perfect timing because things are opening back up. We're seeing that, at least I'm hearing that June 15th might be the time we are fully open and able to really get out there and do things as we were doing them normally. So, this might be a good like a reset for anybody that wants to get more involved in the community, and as a way of lead generation, and maybe adding this into your mix of lead generation sources. So that's the topic of today. Again, as always, I like to encourage you guys to, let me know what's working for you guys. Let's try to help each other out, and find ways that you can maybe add this as a lead source to your mix of business, and a way to just really expand your reach in the community. And when we're working with especially the luxury community, if you guys are working the luxury market, this is one thing that is really important to the luxury buyer and seller. They want to feel like the agent they use is part of the community, is one of them, etc. So if you are trying to expand out to more luxury, then this might be a good thing to incorporate into your business. And really, it's a way to prospect without rejection. So if you're somebody who really doesn't like door knocking or some of those things where they're more rejection oriented, this is rejection-free prospecting. So really, it's leveraging the power of your relationships to find ways to be more of a part of your community, and building that as part of your brand. So the topics of today is really looking at seeking out ways of leveraging the relationships that you already have, looking at things that you really enjoy doing and building that into your business. So we'll talk about the current relationships you have and do a little bit of deeper dive to get you thinking about who you know that might be able to help you. We'll talk about the 4 essential qualities of an effective ask. So when you're asking for that referral, or you're asking to meet somebody or be introduced to somebody, let's talk about some of the essential things you really need to think about before you do that ask. And number 3 is really how to use video to expand your range, reach, and influence in your community and start to develop your brand that way. So there are more people in the world that you don't know, and so you need to find ways to meet them. So I want to brainstorm on, what are the things that, and let me open it up to you guys. There's a good group of people on here, and I know a lot of you are involved in the community. What sources of being involved in the community, or groups that you belong to, ways that you have found business just because you were out there meeting new people? Anybody have any good little success stories they can share with us?
Churches are good. I know Mike Raines utilizes that quite a bit, and a couple of other agents in the office. Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Local business owners.
Right. So think about those types of things. Are you do you enjoy, certain kinds of sports? Do you play golf? Do you play tennis? Are there ways to get more involved and maybe sponsor some, events that they have through that?
I'm sure Sorcelli's made some connections golfing.
We've done that a little bit. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's fun. And, I think that that's a good point. You want to try to find common interests with people, right? So if you can be in a situation where you have good common interests, then that is an ability to start to form a relationship. And then ultimately you do business, hopefully, with people you like.
Right. Absolutely. And, statistics show that even though we have all of these disruptors in our business, whether it is real estate or lending, you've got a ton of competition out there. That's just the bottom line. But ultimately, when they ask people who they used for their lending or their real estate needs, they go back to using somebody they already know and that they like and that they trust. So diving deeper into and extracting more leads from those lead sources is really the thing that you can do to sort of bulletproof your business against a lot of these disruptors. So I want to challenge you guys to think of things that, and have it be something you're really interested in. Is there something you do to give back to the community that would be kind of like a little project that, you know, really is fulfilling to you, but also feeds your business as well? So warm connections, you know, is the best way to meet them without spending a ton of money. And really, if you think about the cost of Zillow leads and all these other leads that you can buy, in a lot of ways, this is free, or you're investing in part of the community and giving back. So where there are people, there are leads. So I want you guys to be thinking about that. So I want you to think of who in your database right now, who of all the people you know is connected in a way that you might be able to leverage. So if you guys had a person that came top of mind right now, I want you to write their name on a piece of paper at the top of the piece of paper, because generally that first person is the person that knows a lot of people. They're either in a position of influence, and find a way to maybe take them to lunch, give them a phone call, do something that, and I'm going to talk about in a second how to plan out how you're going to ask them for help. Okay. So think of that person. They could be an owner or manager of a large business in town. They could be someone who might be able to introduce you to an HR director at a bigger business. Could you go in and do events, maybe a first-time home buyer event, or how to, you know, for you lenders on here, how to buy your first home, right? Those types of things, where you're getting in front of a group of people and building rapport and building yourself up as that wise advisor, whether it's real estate, lending, whatever it is. And it gives you so much credibility, much easier to convert those into leads and sales than some other methods, you know, picking up the phone and calling Zillow leads. So think about how you might be able to be strategic. I'm not saying Zillow leads are bad. I'm just saying that this might be a way that you can really be introduced to other people in a warm way, as opposed to working cold leads. Okay. Has anybody ever done, you know, an educational event?
We used to have agents in the office that used to had contacts from their former employer, exactly what you stated there, contacting the HR department, providing them with some treats and whatnot, and then offered to do first-time buyer seminars. And they were killing it in that arena. Because the company was very large, so they'd come in, do a free presentation. They made it be something super helpful for all the employees in the company that fit that category. And they were slaying dragons with that, which was great for the lending side, great for the agent, the lending partner that they brought in to give that kind of background on it. So.
Right, because don't you think that when you go in and present in that way, you've already established some level of credibility? That company has brought you in, so it's almost more of a warmer, you know, lead, warmer handoff. And we tend to find that with educational events, the conversion rate is much higher.
Yeah.
You know, so think about what you can do there. All right, so let's also turn it, we talked a little bit earlier about what charities or hobbies are you passionate about? So John, it sounds like you do a lot of golfing. Mika, I know you're involved in some as well. I think I saw you on earlier. You're not on one of my little squares here, but anybody doing anything that's really been fulfilling in terms of giving back to the community, but also has created business for you? Can you guys unmute yourself and chime in?
I don't think Michael Taylor's on here, but I know he, along with a few others, puts together a charity golf event over in Monarch Beach and does that every year. And so I know he gets business from that.
Okay. You know, I was playing tennis for a while over at Seacliff Country Club, and I sponsored some of the tennis events that they had over there. and, you know, got to put my name up on the, you know, the court and things like that. And it just got my name recognized. I got a few, you know, deals out of it over a couple years, and, you know, just added to the mix of people who knew what I did, and so forth. So if you guys have something you're really interested in, think about expanding what you're doing to try to gain more business from that and have that be an actual lead source. So find that that person that might be able to help you out that way too. So how are you prospecting your vendors and affiliates? Right. So we've got lots of vendors and affiliates that are looking for business for us. They want to be our business partners. And, you know, what ways are you staying in touch with them? What ways are you finding out what's going on in their business and referring business? And then also asking for those referrals back. Right. So if that's a lead source that you want to tap into, be very intentional about going after it and asking for the business back. A lot of times we don't do that. And create a system to remind them that you want leads back. You know, ask for those things. I think that there have been business partners, I will call it partnerships, I've had in the past that I've referred a lot of business to my insurance guy for people who first-time buyers, right? Who don't have insurance. They've never, you know, had to really buy much insurance before. So I've referred him a lot of business. But for a while there, I was never asking for referrals back. And so that's one thing that I started doing. And I don't think that it resonated with him that he needed to give. This is a two-way street, right? So think about who you've been referring business to and go set up a lunch, set up a coffee, or just give them a phone call and make yourself top of mind. Okay. And another way to look at expanding your range and reach is think about who your raving fans are. Do you guys have, and so when I said raving fans right there, is there somebody that you thought of? They love you, they use you, you know, they refer you as much as they can. They always talk you up in front of other people, right? So who would those people be in your database that you can connect with? Now, some people will call this their top 10 list, top 25 list, whatever that is. And how do you treat them differently? You know, if they are the people that are sending you business, should you be treating them differently than the other people in your database? So Leah, I don't know if you do that. If there's a kind of a list of key people that you feel like they're your raving fans, they're always referring you. Do you know anybody in the office that like creates a VIP list and a VIP party, that type of thing?
Before COVID, I know a few agents threw parties for their clients, have them come over to the office, pick up their pies for the year for during the holidays.
Right.
Mike Range, I know, does he takes his top candidates, his top raving fans, as you say, to the Angels game.
Okay.
Yeah, pre-parking lot barbecue, hot dogs, whatever, drinks, and then takes everybody inside, has all their seating arranged, gift bags for them, puts on a great event.
Yeah, no, that's.
He's done the same thing with an ice cream social at a local park here in Huntington, had them all show up, the bounce house, you know, ice cream sundaes, all that stuff for the kids. So yeah, I've seen some great things.
It goes a long way, right? And for some people, some of my coaching clients, they've done like a VIP party. So that might be something where they have a past client party, whether that's, you know, ice cream social, you know, fun things in a park, something like that. But for their people that are really their refers, those people who are already always referring them business, they do a dinner at a really nice restaurant, you know, and make them feel very special. And because they know that a certain portion of their business that following year will come from those people. So here's the action item. I want you guys to make a list of 10 people you know that are either somebody that can introduce you to other people in a business, a vendor affiliate that you want to get connected with a little bit better and try to establish a better relationship with them, or people in your database that are your raving fans, and take them out to lunch. Remind them that you're still looking for referrals. Okay. And think about who has your ideal client that you can leverage to meet new people. Okay. So before you go talk to them, I think it's really important that you are that you're organized and you know what you're going to ask before you meet with them. Okay. So let's talk about the essential qualities of an effective ask. Here is one thing that I think is the most important, is know what you're asking for in advance of talking to them. Okay, so you don't get sort of tripped up when you talk to them. So if it's somebody that could introduce you to somebody in an HR department at their company, think about what you want, what that ask is going to be. Okay, are you asking for a referral? Are you being introduced to someone? If you kind of plan it out in advance, you will be very clear when you ask them what you're looking for. Does that make sense? Okay. And here is a sample script that I think is relevant for today, for sure. Something that goes along these lines. Do you have any real estate plans this year that I can help you with? COVID has created a situation where people have reevaluated their lives, their financial goals, and their real estate needs. We've also had several changes in the laws related to inheritance and taxes. Do you have any family members, friends that might be in a similar situation that I might be able to help? That's a little wordy. You can make it your own. But this certainly is true. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but we're seeing a lot of people making some different life changes based on being, having a lot of time to think last year about what they want in life. Okay. So the number one thing is know what you want to ask. Number two is be succinct and clear when you ask for it. Okay. And be gracious, humble, and appreciative. Always send a handwritten thank you note after your meeting. And what does that really do? Let's say somebody says, oh gosh, you know what? I'm really close with the HR person in my office. You know what? I will connect you. And a lot of times that person's busy and they have the best intentions, but they might forget, right? They need that little nudge to remember. So follow it up with a thank you note. And then the other little tip I have is schedule like a week out, another little nudge, a little follow-up, right? Put it in your calendar. Because a lot of times people will talk themselves out of the follow-up. Like, oh, they just must be busy. I don't want to bother them right now, that type of thing. And you talk yourself out of that follow-up. So schedule the follow-up, schedule to nudge them a little bit for that introduction. Okay. Anybody else? I'll open it up really quickly. Anybody else have somebody you were introduced to, somebody that really helped give you a foothold with your business that came from an introduction?
So if we're looking for examples, yeah, absolutely. No, I've had some very strategic referral partners that came from introductions that, may not, that originating source may not still be a great referral partner or a great person that we work with as an affiliate or what have you. But one of their, their introductions have been key or crucial to the business and the growth and trajectory for sure.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes it just takes one introduction to give you a lot of leverage and change the trajectory of your business. So think about this time right now as we open back up as a way to really add another lead source and get out there, because everyone's trying to figure it out right now. I'm going to go do open houses. I'm just going to start, being scrappy and get out there. But be strategic in how you go after business, because most agents aren't. Okay. Another thing you can do is community connection videos. So if you're somebody who likes to do video, likes to connect through video, we know that that is one of the best ways to maintain relationships, and also it's a fun thing to do, and it creates your brand so that you appear to be part of the community and care about your community. And people like to work with people they feel that are an active part of the community, right? So I know we're here in Huntington Beach, we've got offices in other areas, but think about the cool things that go on in our town that we might be able to highlight. So branding yourself as part of the community is important. You want to be a resource, get involved, and make it fun. Remember, Leo had mentioned a couple months ago that we have access to BombBomb, and we get a discount on BombBomb. So why not utilize some of that technology, since we already have it through Remax, to start doing some videos that really show that you're part of the community? Because not only can you just show your sphere of influence and people on social media, but what other ways can you utilize that video and that information? I guess you could have it on your website, but through BombBomb, you can email it. You can email a quick video. You can send a quick text message. So, and then you can also utilize it for lead conversion. So if you meet somebody at an open house and they say, oh gosh, we're moving here from up north, we don't really know much about the city, could you send them those videos? Just email them and say, hey, here's some great videos. You said you love the beach or you love hiking. Here's a couple little videos I did about some of the areas that we have here in Huntington Beach. Like, that goes just one step further, and video really resonates with people. So lead conversion is also a great way to incorporate these community videos into your lead conversion. Okay, so some ideas: capture some special community events. Think of the 4th of July parade, any surf contests, any picnics, things like that we have going on in the city. There's something always going on. I know, Robin, you guys are into your the VW. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but the VW bus is
right. The camping bus, yeah.
Yeah. So that's a huge event. That's fun. They close down Main Street. They put them on the pier. It's a cool thing, right? So
very fun.
Yeah. So are there things that you can do just throughout the year that's a quick little video, and it really starts to develop your brand when somebody Googles you to see what ways you're involved? So look for ways to participate in community events, whether those are volunteer, look for sponsorship opportunities, find ways to get involved. Think about hiking trails, bike paths, parks, beaches. We have a ton here. You could totally highlight a lot of those things. And again, think about how to repurpose that content for lead generation and lead nurture. Okay. Again, highlight restaurants, coffee shops, bakeries. I know one of my coaching clients there in Nevada, they did a cool thing where they partnered up with a bakery, and they did a quick little thing about the bakery. But at the time in November, when they wanted to give out pies, they partnered with that bakery to do, last year it was a drive-through pick up your pie at this bakery. But it was a way to give back to a small business, and also, be able to utilize that as a resource. All right, so the action items for today, I really would, encourage you to make a list of 10 people from your database that you can connect with in the next 30 days. All right, know what you're going to ask them, if it's for a referral or an introduction to somebody else, but make a plan and get that meeting scheduled. And I guarantee you, you guys are going to find some leads out there just by being proactive, getting out there and meeting people. Okay.
Pick up the phone.
Pick up the phone. Right.
Out, connect.
Yep. So the next class is a follow-up to this one. I'm going to talk about a little bit further about community connection events and educational events. So some different things that you have that you could do and really start to calendar them for the rest of the year and get out there, whether it's in your farm or whether it's for your past client party. Let's start getting those on the calendar now, so that you are starting to plan for them and you have time to market them and do the follow-up afterwards. So if you guys are into doing community events or educational events, let's try to schedule 2 or 3 by the end of the year to just get you out there in front of other people. So that'll be the next.
A group of ladies in the office who have been together. They've got their whole year calendared out as far as what events they're doing. So take that initiative and do that.
Yeah.
It'll pay off.
Absolutely. So, all right. So I hope to hear some success stories. Email me, let me know, let us know on the next call. I'm going to ask you guys. But let's go out and hit it hard because we're open for business now, right? So let's get out there. All right. That's all I have for today.
Thanks, everyone. Anybody have any questions for Karen or myself? All right. Awesome. You guys have a great day and happy selling.
Have an awesome day, guys. See you later.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys have a great day.